prakashatmikaya shatya prakashanam prabhakaraga prakachaketiyo vishvam akashoyam prakashatam. May this light, which is illuminating the universe by giving light to all other lights, by its intrinsic power of light, shine in its own glory. I repeat, may this light, which is illuminating the universe by giving light to all other lights, by its intrinsic power of light, shine on its own glory.
Light of all lights is in all of us. Then what is the problem that not everyone recognizes it? To know this light of all lights, we have to recede from the egoistic life. We have to change the address where we live. And that change of address should be permanent. It is not back and forth. Light of all lights, when reflected through the mind, is tainted. But Source is giving that same light to us. When we give up this mind, which creates separate identity, then it shines through us. It is also known as fire, Agni, white fire. It doesn't burn you. That is why Chala is considered as a tirtham with fire. Arunachala temple is the Tirath which is symbolized as the element fire. People go to temples and pilgrimage for different reasons. This pilgrimage is to finish yourself, while other pilgrimage is to get money, to get sun, to get whatever your desires. Here is to finish the one who is desiring anything. This fire burns everything which is not real. So what is left is real. Allow that fire to burn everything what is unreal. Recently, Deepam festival was going on at Arunachala. Light of all lights, that is what it symbolizes. At the top of the hill, tons of oil is burnt to glow that light which can be seen from miles, symbolic of that infinite pillar of light, what Shiva manifested as, to get rid of the ego of Brahma and Vishnu, who were trying to prove their superiority on each other. And they both realized that individual ego is the obstacle to know that infinite light. Chala. If you go into the meaning of Chala, Runa is bondage, and A means no bondage. Aruna means which takes away bondage. Achala means which is not moving. Chala means moving. Achala means not moving. That not moving which releases bondage, that stillness in us, is Arunachala. Aruna also means red light, red fire, intense red fire. Again, this denotes that same fire within us. All ancient scriptures, Arunachala Puranam, Shiv Puranam, Arunachala Mahatmyam, they all describe and assert that if you become devotee and remember Arunachala all the time, you become Arunachala. You merge in Arunachala. How to remember Arunachala? By remembering the one within us which is without bondage, is perfect stillness, stays in silence all the time. Listen to it, remember it. Give all your attention there. Let activities of life and mind and actions of the body continue. But you pay attention there in your heart. You need intense longing to do that. And a mind which is one-pointed. And lot of grace. And then it happens. Once you start establishing yourself in self, receding from the egoistic life, then everywhere you see only self, same Arunachala. Then when you see people, objects, things, everywhere is that same self. Then your sadhana, your practice becomes manifold. Because wherever these eyes take their attention, there is that Arunachala. You realize in your own, and then you see everywhere. In this whole process, individual somehow is extinct. You lose the focus, location of that ego, where it is. In this whole process, the person disappears. It's a vanishing act. Even if you want to find that person again, you cannot. If something has disappeared, that means it was an illusion, isn't it? Then otherwise it will stay always. This person also disappears every night in deep sleep. Then we say, oh, I was in sleep. But when this person disappears in waking state, then it is a big thing. Now you cannot say, I am in sleep, so it disappeared. And the same bliss of deep sleep in which this ego was not there is now there in waking state. So we call it Jagrat Sushupti. In waking, you attain Samadhi as deep sleep. And this is Sahaj Samadhi. You are not closing your eyes and going into a deep state where you cannot function. And actually, you are not functioning. The body does what it has to do. You are just witnessing. Here, no doership is there, no ownership of the body is there. Still, things happen. There can be lot of activity or there can be no activity. But you are unconcerned about activity or no activity. Because that energy which brought this body into being, whatever it decides in whatever way it happens. Now you have been pulled out of any doership and you merge in that energy. In merging, we lose personal identity of every sort. To talk to people, we might use the same terminology, but it has no sense for that energy in the body. Any ownership, relationship, doership. Because those things are not there, no ship is there, no captain of the ship is there. That is why there is so much of bliss. All stress is of ownership, responsibility of a ego. When that disappears, there is spontaneous bliss all the time. Every moment is this moment only. You become out of time and space dimension. Mind keeps us into past, present, and future. It broods on past, it worries about future. hardly lives in the present. When the mind merges in absolute, then we realize there is only this moment. Go deeper in your own silence. Whole teaching is to identify this silence within by silencing your thoughts, your mind, and be in this silence all the time. Efforts become effortless. All proud of our knowledge, proud of our achievements, becomes like a joke. Be a Runa Chala, stillness without bondage. Be a devotee of Arunachala, devotee of stillness within you. Hill is the best example for that stillness, where there is no movement. Mind is movement and self is stillness. We all are that pure stillness. Please don't identify yourself with the mind, which is like a gadget you are carrying. Our ownership gives it power. Our interest increases it. Self never lives in mind. Mind has no clue about self. Mind only knows ego. Ego is projection of mind only. And ego is nothing but I thought, first thought coming out of mind due to illusion. With grace, with longing, with efforts, when this illusion disappears, there is no I, no mine, no me. They're out of your vocabulary. That small I is taken away by the big I, universal I. Self is universal. Self is not personal. Be in that impersonal self all the time. Contemplate on it, remember it, merge in it. Thinking about it, practicing to establish in it, talking about it is the best satsang, best practice. Contemplate Aham Brahmasmi, I am that I am. I am pure self. Our deeper contemplation takes away this idea, removes this ignorance of I am the body. What a miracle living in this illusory dream of the word and still out of this dream. Like a lucid dream, you know it is a dream. So you become fearless. Nothing of the word affects us when we live as pure awareness, unmoving stillness within our heart. This heart is also source of mind. When the mind merges in it, only self is left. We are this pure self. Give complete rest to the mind. Surrender this mind to the feet of Lord. Pure silence. Recognize it even if there is a thought. Give up ownership of all thoughts all the time. Treat thoughts as external noise you are unconcerned of. Identify yourself with Brahman, awareness, which is silence. Substrate of everything. Remember, all prayers, all bhajans, all praise is of this self only, nothing else. Respect it, have reverence for it, be a devotee of it, and be happy that you are that. All praise for the Lord is your own praise. This is Advaita, no second, non-duality. You're allowing your mind to be slave of your own self. Right now, living in this world, apparently we are slave of this mind. Whole practice is role reversal. This practice, this contemplation, and the result of this contemplation is not a small thing. You are using the full opportunity for flowering, not wasting this life. Even small understanding, small attempt are bringing you close to the door of freedom. Don't stop till you're out of this door, out of the cage of mind. Once you're out, mind has no power. No thought can drown you again into samsara. It is a one-way ticket. Once you're liberated, whether you like it or not, you cannot enter bondage again. But I don't think anyone has complained after liberation that I am not happy here. Because the one who complains has already disappeared. The one who slipped out of it was a shadow only. We were identifying ourselves with the shadow. Mind is the shadow of self, that too a distorted shadow, conditioned shadow, fictional, illusory, fake, only appears to be someone there. In reality, there is no one there. This house is empty. And this emptiness is bliss. This emptiness is filled by Shiva, Arunachala, pure bliss. Be with the silence between words. All spontaneous utterances, all utterances are only speaking silence. Silence also speaks. When silence speaks, mind becomes silent. Bhagavan's tapas can never go wasted. He gave his whole life to radiate that pure silence. After leaving that body, that silence has gone in all of us. We believe in COVID happening in Wuhan, spreading everywhere. Trying to control it doesn't get controlled. Why can't we believe in this silence? It is more infectious. Once it comes to you, it never leaves. There is no antidote. It is beyond time and space, so it does not take time also. That slowly it will move from Arunachala and slowly come to your country. It is all pervading. You just have to be open to it. Wherever we are, whatever is our situation, whatever practice or no practice, doesn't matter. If you become devotee of it, it takes over. You surrender your ego and it is there. And who in this world would not like to surrender ego? Only the biggest fool. We all know how bad this ego is. Who wants it? If you want to surrender ego to someone, no one is going to take your ego. People run away from egoistic people, isn't it? And only the one who can burn this ego can take this ego. That pure light, pure self. Surrender your ego to your pure self. Don't allow this talk to be at mind level. Don't make it entertainment to your mind. Listen from your heart. And be one with the source. You are that source. Life in this body is fleeting away. That pure awareness, what we are, is in body and outside body and everywhere. Our attention to it de-identifies us from the body. And death to the body is just watched in pure bliss. No other knowledge of this world can liberate us or protect us from death. Except knowing what we are while living in this body. And whatever method appeals to you, use it. But job should be done. Know thyself. Be in your silence all the time. And be free from all busyness. When the body is busy, we say, I am very busy. I have no time. It clearly shows how much we are in bondage. Abiding in self, we are never busy. From I have no time, we become beyond time. Body might be 10 times more busier than living as ego. But fake identity has dissolved. For any act, it is hard to say, I did or I am doing. Things just happens. This whole is a matter of wrong identification. Even people who think they are doing, the one who have ego, they take credit and discredit for everything. And so they suffer. And they do this because they have intense desires. And all actions appears to be fulfillment of those desires. Each desire is the nail in the coffin of our death with body, getting buried with body. And desirelessness is wisdom, real freedom. Understand all this is interconnected. The real seeker is the one who never seeks anything. We say spiritual seeker. Actually, he is a non-seeker. He has given up everything. Live in pure awareness. Allow each action of the body in awareness. Speak in awareness. Interact with all beings in awareness. Never leave your place, your true place. Whatever comes and goes. abiding in self, you are completely oblivion of all thoughts. They are like distant noise. As if you are in a deep ocean where no sound reaches. When the ego has disappeared, whatever someone praises or criticizes or situation changes, there is no one in which will get affected. There is only one fix for all our problems: abiding in self. And fix not for this life, eternal fix. Not for a situation all the time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.